Hi, today I want to give some tips and tricks and confidence boosts to people with low self-esteem. And I'm going to tell you some of the stuff I use to make myself feel and look the best I can without anything being too invasive or bad for me, and and how to limit risk for it. Maybe be a little bit rambly in this video because this is like not scripted, but I'm kind of coming up with this stuff as I go on. One of my favorite things to do to feel good about myself is exercising, and that consists of like cardio. Like some days I listen to this one thing called Leslie, and basically she tells you how to walk in different ways where you have different movements and stuff. And Leslie's a character that my mom got after she was diagnosed with cancer, and during her recovery she would watch it and try to get stronger and stuff because like the cancer really weakened her. But I kind of took over it, and sometimes I bike, and I want to start working out with her again maybe, because like we used to always work out together, and then she just kind of gave up on it. The different movements stretch out different leg muscles and stuff, and they help with your coordination and balance and strength, and maybe some aesthetic results, like, you know, you get better calves and stuff, and better hips, better thighs, better gluteus maximus, you know, that sort of thing. And I also like to lift these little weights with it, these little like 5-10 pound weights that I think are also helping me when I do that, because for some of her exercises that she assigns you, sometimes you go up and down and go out to the side, and I like those kind of workouts. It stretches out my shoulder muscles and really helps me out. And for part of the reason why I started doing Leslie is because I have my condition where I have scoliosis, and I think it benefits me because like it stretches out my core muscles, it stretches out my leg muscles, it helps me coordinate myself better, it helps me balance better, and I think that's very beneficial for people with my condition. So yeah, and I think part of wellness is feeling good and looking good too. So that's why I do Leslie every other day. And then on the off days I don't do her, I lift these 30-pound weights, and I do various exercises. I go up and down like that. I lift them up like this. I go up like this. I lift behind my head like this. I don't know what these exercises are really called. I also lift up like this, and I used to always like go, when I was laying on the ground I would lift up, but I don't know if that was helpful. And then I also do push-ups, I do sit-ups, and I've been wanting to do like clap push-ups and stuff. I don't know if I'm that skilled yet though. I don't, that's like past my skill set, but I've been able to do sit-ups like this, like with my hands behind my back and going to one knee and then the other. I've been able to do like 60 of those, which I felt pretty good about, and I do about 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and 160 push-ups. I feel pretty good after I get done with my workout, and it takes a lot of water. It takes a lot of, speaking of water, another thing that makes me feel good, which, most of you probably should be doing more of if you're not, is drinking enough water. And it basically benefits your skin, it benefits you energy-wise, it benefits you to cool off, it does so many things. And we're actually 70% water, so, it's like, I don't know, it's beneficial for you. And another thing I do is I try to eat enough meat. I try to cut out ultra-processed food, which ultra-processed food is like bad because it has these chemical compounds in it that can disrupt your digestive tract and can be more carcinogenic, meaning it can cause cancer. Ultra-processed food is just like food that's already processed. It's like already been digested food, and that's not good for you, and it gives you less nutrients. And for me, I like to get the most nutrients I can get out of food. So I have some safe foods that I've written down that I know that will be safe for me. you can't fully escape ultra processed food because 70% of foods in the store are ultra processed now, and it's become a very big thing. You know, it's just everywhere now. You can't escape it. I just try to find out the most healthiest options I can so I can feel good and safe and like I'm eating something that's good for me and, you know, won't cause any digestive problems later on. So before I get into what I wear on my face for makeup, I'm going to get into some of my skincare. So when I wake up in the morning, I like to put on my CeraVe foaming facial cleanser. This stuff is very good. You just grab some of it, put some water in your hands, lather it together, put on your face, and then kind of dab it off with a washcloth. And yeah, after that I put on my CeraVe moisturizer, and I like to put it a lot here because I have this skin condition called dermatitis, and it causes me to have like red and flaking skin here. And like this stuff helps kind of moisturize my face and make it more even and stuff and less dry. And I get dry patches here and here sometimes too on my hairline. And then after I do that, I usually like to shave my face because like I get these little hairs that come in here and just in like weird random places, and I don't like the look of that. And some of my other videos you probably have seen like my, oh, it's just annoying. Like, yeah, so, and then I also like to clip my beard sometimes and like make it more like even. Same with my mustache, and like even it out a bit more. And that just makes me feel better about myself because, you know, I don't look so straggly and stuff. I also pluck my eyebrows like in the middle, and I shave like the bottoms like down here because like I get some stray hairs down here sometimes. And I get like, I clip some of the hairs with like a scissors because they, you know, they get too messy and stuff, and I don't like that. I also use sunscreen whenever I go out because like, you know, I don't want to get any dark spots. You know, there's already some sunscreen and makeup, I think maybe, like foundation. And I also use some lip balm to like moisturize my lips so they don't get chapped. One of my last skincare things I do before I go to sleep and after I shower is I put on this, basically it's this pumpkin spice mask. It's a pumpkin enzyme mask, and it exfoliates your skin, and you kind of lather it on and you just kind of let it dry for a bit, and then you just kind of take it off. I've always been such a skincare addict because like my sister really got me into it, and at first I would always wear these like masks that like get rid of your acne or kind of dry out your face a little bit more because my face was very oily growing up like as a teenager, and I always hated that. Like I was like, no, I'm not going to become a pizza face monster. That's what I felt about myself. And unfortunately that kind of happened because hormones, stuff like that happened. And yeah, so I began to put on these drying masks, which kind of, I think they kind of started my battle with this like dermatitis on my face, which would sometimes burn because of how severe it would get. And I have these big red patches. And my doctors recommended this like topical steroid cream to like get rid of those. But like they would always come back, and then I started getting into makeup when I was like 14 when I got into makeup. I started using this like concealer on my dermatitis because it would get very bad and flaky, and I didn't want people to see that when I went to school. I would cover that up. And then when I was 16, I got very into makeup, and I started like using some of my sister's old like eyeshadow palettes and stuff, and and I remember it was like I used to like use like red and stuff, and then something bad happened to my skin. It kind of broke out. Like I think it was this like makeup remover that like left this like very red like patches on my eyes, and it would just like burn, and that was just very bad, and it just hurt. And then after using makeup for like 3-4 months, I began to get like these little styes all the time in my eyes. Like I would get like them in my eyelashes and stuff, and it would make it so I couldn't like wear any makeup and I would just look very bad. This is where you have to learn how to properly use your makeup and stuff. And basically the styes stayed there for like a year. No joke. They stayed there for probably 9 months. And they would hurt and they would like, you know, burn sometimes. So I have to put on compresses to try to get them down. My dermatologist recommended like this like steroid cream to get rid of them because he thought it was like dermatitis as well, but it wasn't. It was something else. We don't even know what it was, but it eventually gone away. But I have this, you know, I have where the styes were, I have like missing eyelashes because like my eyelashes never grew back from that happening to me. So after that, I began to learn how to like clean my makeup brushes, scrape off the tops of the eyeshadows I use, you know, at least every year, and replace, you know, my makeup that I use. Once, you know, I you know, wear foundation a lot, so I replace it every like year or so. It's supposed to be between like 6 months to a year that you replace that stuff. And I just wasn't, like, I was using old makeup that, like, my sister would wear when she was, like, 14. And she's, like, 2 years older than me, so it was, like, 4-year makeup. Then I began to get my own makeup. My sister began to teach me how to wear it and, like, how to do it and make it look nice. But my first, like, NARS concealer, and then I wore NARS, like, foundation for, like, a year. But then I got into this foundation, which this is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it covers up all of my skin imperfections. And if like I'm dealing with acne, I can just put that on and not have to deal with it for that day, and that makes me feel good. And then just in case my skin is still hyperpigmented, or like it's too, like it gets very red here and then it gets purple underneath my eyes, I use this concealer, and it has like an orangeness to it, like a tint to it that kind of makes the purple neutralize, and then the red is just kind of, I don't know, like neutralizes the red for some reason. And it doesn't look that bad. Like you can see that like my skin looks pretty good today. I mean, for the most part. You can see that I have like some acne sometimes. But like, it just helps me cover up that and makes me feel better about myself. And, you know, I switch out my sponges that I apply my makeup with every 6 months because, and I also wash them like every time I use it. Like I don't use soap, but I just kind of wipe it off, and then maybe like once a month I like use some soap to wipe that stuff off. Same with my brushes, my eyeshadow brushes, that's what they're called. And my blush brush, I also clean that off like probably once a month. And I store them in the bathroom, but I store them in a cupboard so that like any excrements or anything in the air that happens when you use a bathroom doesn't get into my products and stuff that I use. Because like it really does matter where you put your stuff too. I like to do for my different makeup looks, I like to do something pretty natural, and I just like to wear like a little bit of blush, a little bit of highlighter. I fill in my eyebrows because like, I don't know, I just like them less sparse looking, and I feel like they look better like this. They don't look so thin and, you know, I don't know. And I brush them and I put gel in them so that they stay in place. I also put on a little bit of eyeliner, some mascara to just like orient my eyelashes and make my eyes like pop a little bit more and not like look drab looking. And that like helps with my confidence and makes me feel better about myself and makes me probably look more attractive. And then I have makeup looks like this. And you can see that I'm like a cat or something. I took off my cat ears though, but you can see that it's like a devil cat thing and a little bit drag inspired. I overdid the cheeks, obviously, and I put on some eyeshadow. I put some gold and shimmery stuff here and some like white, and then I put blue here, and then I kind of put like a darker purple here, and then I put some red here. I think it just balances everything out on that eye. And on the bottom I put like blue because I really like the shape shifter look where he like always puts a blue under his eyelid or under his eyelid. God, I'm crazy sometimes. He puts it on his lower lid. And then for my lipstick, it's not really lipstick, it's oh wow, I didn't even realize I did this. Look how clown-like that looks. I'm just realizing how ridiculous I look right now. Okay, so, oh, this is like eyeshadow as well. And then this is like face paint, the white is, because I'm not going to use that much like regular makeup products on that. And then I put some highlight on too, and then I cover up my eyebrows and kind of badly cover them up. I forgot to glue everything down. I wanted to cover up my beard too, but like it doesn't matter. It's not that, you know, noticeable, I don't think. And maybe it just goes along with the look, who knows. But my eyebrow on this side is like really showing up. Sorry for intruding on this video. Alright, take it away, old me. And more confident. And like I know how to prevent bad things from happening. Like you gotta wipe all of the makeup off at night. I use this one makeup remover wipes to like wipe it off, and I try to make sure I get all of it off. And I don't sleep with makeup on. I do it every, you know, I don't do it every single day either. Like I have days where I don't wear makeup because makeup can be bad for my skin here sometimes, because I have very sensitive skin in those areas. And yeah, a lot of the days though I wear like a little bit of eyeshadow. Like I didn't wear any today, but I wore some, yeah, like what I said. But here's some of the products that I use for that. Oh yeah, I just saw that, like, you can see all my characters on the table. I'm an artist, I just leave my stuff laying around, my art projects. I use this like mascara for my eyelashes. It's called Lots of Lashes, and it's very black, and my mom got me into it. And then for like eyeliner, I have this like Stroke of Gorgeous Color Liquid Eyeliner, and it's by Hard Candy. And then how I apply some of my eyeshadow on my eyelids is I use this this is like a brow brush, but I use it as like for my eyelashes sometimes, and I use it, well, I just specifically use it for my eyelashes because I don't like to mix things here. And then for my eyebrows, I use this. This is like it's like a brow gel that you put on your brows to like keep them in place. Sometimes I use it in my beard because it's like, I mean, it's like they get out of place a lot of the time too, like the hairs do, and I don't like that. But I never try to mix anything with eye products or anything like that. So, you know, because you don't want that in your eyes. So for my eyelashes, I just use mascara to keep them in place. Then for blush, I use this blush, this eyeshadow palette. And I use this color here for my blush, and it's called Swept Up. And then for my highlighter, I use this Anastasia glow kit, and I use a lot of this too. I just kind of pound it on because it's pretty light how it comes out, and a lot of the time I use gumdrop or I use butterscotch, these two, and then sometimes I use this one. This one's very light though, and yeah, I don't use the marshmallow. It's too, I don't know, I just don't like the color with it. And then for my eyeshadow, I use the Jaclyn Hill palette, Morphe. It's got 35 different colors. And you can see that this has, like just look at this. This is amazing. You can do a lot of different things. A lot of the time I match my eyeshadow to my outfits. Like for yesterday I wore this color, well actually no, this color, and I wore some orange because my nails are orange right now for like Halloween, so I mixed those together. And then for my bottom of my eyelid, yeah, I use this one. And for a highlighter on this palette, I use this. And sometimes I use like stuff to like darken my crease. And sometimes I use a white eyeliner, but I realized that was irritating my eyes, so I stopped using it because it would like get into my eyes and then it would burn, and like I couldn't do anything about it, and I had to take out my contacts a few times because of it. And yeah, so I just stopped wearing that eyeliner because it was annoying. I don't know what they put in that eyeliner to do that to me. Now this video is a little bit different than what I promised last week. I was like, oh, more Reddit, more woke Reddit or whatever. But I decided not to because I wanted a more light-hearted video, and I feel like, you know, you have to get to know someone a little bit more in their content and stuff to be able to trust them and get to know them and just kind of have faith in them and stuff. And I feel like a lot of people don't get what I believe in, and I feel like they don't get like what I do a little bit and how I just present myself. And part of presenting myself on this channel is being confident and stuff, and just being authentically me. And what that basically means is like I want to present a very confident person. Like I want to basically, I mean, part of me, I'm already very realistic, very, you know, I think with my brain a lot of the time. I don't think with my heart a lot of the time, which can probably be bad in situations. Like some of the games I played before, I mostly play horror games. I don't know, I like gory things. I played this one game a few years ago. It was like Man of Median, and it was like this like survival game. You have to like save these people and stuff, and then they, at the end of the game, when it's like a choose your path type game. At the end of the game, it tells you how you did. And basically, whenever I would play it, I would get like, you think more with your brain than you think with your heart. Because like, I think more with logic than I think with emotions and stuff. But I realize that part of me needs to be able to present in a way, and this is another thing, in an attractive kind of light, in a light where people can feel like they can trust me and feel like they can be comfortable around me. And there's different ways of going about that. There's ways of, you know, looking intelligent for one. There's ways of looking good and presentable for two. Like that one gay man says, demure or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, a lot of these like femme gay men come up with this stuff. And part of my YouTube personality is being this kind of, you know, and, you know, it's part of me in real life too. I mean, but on YouTube, I really present it loud and proud, like just like zeroed in on it. On this channel specifically. On my other channels, I don't do this. I focus more on my other things I do, and, you know, maybe you see hints of me, and, you know, but on this channel, I focus on that. I focus on my emotional troubles. I focus on that stuff. And I put that part of myself forward for this channel specifically. And you can probably see that in my other videos. And that's the part I've always missed, is like having this emotional connection with people and being able to kind of, show this empathetic side of myself. And on this channel, I'm trying to show this empathetic side of myself. I'm trying to show it with this channel specifically, because, I feel like a lot of people in real life, they don't actually see me. They see like, in real life, I'm kind of like a rock, I guess. I don't show many emotions. I don't, care to. But on this channel, when I talk about the stuff I talk about, and I present in the way that I do, and I present with this confidence that I do, it's to show that I do care, and that I care about people's safety, and that I care about people's well-being, even if like you can't understand that, like just by like looking at me and being like, oh, he seems like he's just making this stuff up. But I wish I was. I really wish I was like making some of this stuff up. You could see that like I'm pretty serious about it, and I feel scared for society. If you've checked out my other videos and stuff, and I see a lot of people in my group, the LGB, group, or non-conforming men group, non-conforming women too, I guess. But I see it, and I'm bisexual, just so you know. And I see them talking about this stuff. Just am worried, and I have faith in my people. And yesterday I was talking to someone on my YouTube, and they're upset. They're like thinking I'm just like someone that doesn't care about my people, and I do. I really do. That's why I speak the way I do. And they're like, well, you only care about this part of the group, and I don't, I do. Like, I generally do care about this other group. I think of them as a separate entity than me and my people. But I think that this other group is suffering really badly because of maltreatment. I said, like, in this video, for instance, like, instead of saying, oh, let's put on some makeup so you can feel authentically yourself. And I always praise people for cross-dressing and stuff, like people being able to be authentically themselves. And as an autistic person, I'm very blunt about that. I'm very honest about that. And that's how I come across. But, like, when I see people being like, this is authentically me to mutilate myself, I'm scared for their mental well-being. And, that's my gut reaction. I'm sorry. Like, that's how I react to things. And it doesn't mean I hate them because I think that they can't make choices about their bodies in that way to like demean themselves. But it just means I disagree with them. It's not like, and I think everyone should be able to present the way that they want to, like how I said in this video, how I, take good care of my skin, how I work out, how I eat correctly, how I feel good about that stuff. Like, I think everyone should be able to feel good about, what they can do with themselves in that aspects, and feel good, and, be healthy and happy. But I don't think this is being healthy and happy. I think it's being the opposite. I think it's being anti-body positivity, which I've taken a very pro-body approach. I don't watch channels like Daily Wire. I don't watch conservatives. I think that they're very restrictive people. I think that this, that they're very restrictive, and that they are very gender ruled kind of people that are very stereotypical, and for the most part, and a lot of them are religious too, and a lot of them think very differently than how I would think. I don't like their approach. I would like their approach to be less, but that's their thing, and as long as it's not hurting themselves or others. All right, so that's enough for my little confidence video today. What should I call this video? I don't even know. But have a great day, everyone. Bye. Alright, so I cut some stuff out of this video because I got too rambly, as you could probably tell. And yeah, so it's cut a little short, and if you notice that there's some differences in this video and why it seems like it was just cut off like at the end, that's kind of why. Any suggestions down in the comment section would be much appreciated, and Tell me what you guys think of this like look. It's starting to rub off. It used to be it used to be a lot darker here. The makeup kind of sucks. It's just not as good as I was hoping. I mean, this stuff, oh, that was eyeshadow that I put around here. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys tune in next time to one of my little projects I have here on YouTube. I had a good night, but yeah, bye.